Hello everyone, this is Suprej Venkat. Welcome to chapter 4 of Ride Smart, Ride Far. So in the last chapter, we looked at why it's so important to stand up and how to actually steer with your feet. Now in today's lesson, which is arguably one of the most important lessons, is vision. Where you look is where you're going to go. And there's no two ways about it. If you're looking down, if you're looking at a stone while riding, you're going to hit that stone. So the secret is, how do you look at an obstacle and then look away at the path that you want to go. So we're going to do some vision exercises and also use the standing exercises that we learned. So if you haven't learned how to steer with your legs yet, check out chapter 3. So I've set up 3 cones here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ride through these 3 cones, and at the same time I'm going to tell you where I'm looking. So that'll give you an idea of how you should actually look ahead at the next thing and not actually look at what's right in front of you. So let's go check it out. Okay, so now I'm looking at cone number 1 because that's as far as I can see. My eyes are moving towards the left. I can now see cone number 2, so I'm lining my bike up to the right side of cone number 2. And as I'm here, I'm already looking at the left side of cone number 3 because that's where I want to go. Now I'm looking at the black car because I need to make a tighter turn. So I'm now looking at the flower pots. And since I need to make it tighter, I'm looking at cone number 2 again. So now I've turned this as well. Now I'm looking at cone number 1. I'm looking at that gap that I have there. And now my eyes are moving towards the main gate. So as you can see, I'm always looking way ahead. And because I'm looking way ahead, my body is moving in that direction. And what did we learn in the previous chapter was, if the body weight moves to one side or the other, the bike is going to turn. So it's a very simple concept. Your eyes look first, your body moves in that direction, and the bike follows. So if you put everything that we've learned together so far, so the vision, the standing up, the body movement, you should be able to do some really tight circles. I want to show you some really tight circles, and I'm going to put everything into action. Notice where my head is looking. Look how my body is moving in that direction, and how I'm actually even leaning off the bike to one side. Because remember that chapter 2 that we did, where the balance of the bike, you'll find that, when the steering is, when the handlebar is fully locked, the weight shifts to the outside. So in that case, you need to really move your body to the outside. And again, another core reason why you should stand up when doing these kind of things. Let me show you what I mean. So in the demo that I just did, I was doing some tight circles, and if you had noticed, my body went all the way to the outside. The reason for that is I wanted to create a higher lean angle, because the higher the lean angle, the tighter the bike will actually turn. Let me just demonstrate that for you right now. So the bike is straight. I'm just using the handlebar, and I'm going to make a turn. As you can notice, the turning radius is quite large. See, I've come all the way here, even though the handlebar is at full lock. Now, let me try the same thing. I'm going to tilt the bike towards me. I'm going to create an angle. And then can you see how tight a corner? See, it's already hitting the cone. So the more the lean angle, the more the tighter the bike will turn. And this is extremely important to know, because let's say you're riding somewhere and then you need to make a quick turn. They call it the elephant turn in the biker's world. So this is the concept that you need to use. Move your weight completely to the outside, push the bike as further down as you can, counterbalance, and make a quick exit. In this chapter, we looked at vision, the importance of how where you look dictates how your body moves, and that in turn dictates how the bike turns. We also looked at how to make tight circles and how if the bike is straight and with just the handlebar locked, the turning radius is much more, whereas if the bike has a lean angle, it's a much tighter turning radius. Hope you enjoyed this episode. In the next chapter, I'm going to be speaking about braking. What brakes do you use when you're going downhill? Is it the front, rear, a combination of both? So we'll be talking about some exciting things in that chapter. Look forward to seeing you there. Take care. Bye-bye.